Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Rita. If you're new here, welcome. Be sure to hit this little red button that says subscribe so you can subscribe to my channel and you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Today, we have a very exciting one because it is going to be my Sephora VIB recommendations. You can probably tell by the title. This is one of my favorite times to shop for makeup. Makeup is pretty expensive at Sephora. Some brands are a little bit cheaper than others, but for the most part, they carry a lot of luxury brands, so you barely ever get any discounts in this. In general, Sephora only carries twice a year the Sephora VIB sale, around before the springtime and right now on the holiday time. So depending on how much you spend on a year's calendar, you can either be Rouge, you can be VIB, or you can be Beauty Insider. So even if you've never given your email to Sephora, you can just open an account, basically add your email, and then you'll have an account and you'll get immediately 10% off anything that you shop, and it'll go for almost the whole event. I think it lasts like 2 weeks. I'll leave all the information down below when it started and when it's gonna finish. This video is coming up on a Monday or Tuesday. I'm not entirely sure where I'm gonna upload it, and the Sephora VIB sale started on the past Friday for Rouge members. I already shopped whatever I wanted. I am a Rouge, so I get 20% off. So anyway, depending on how much you spend or if you just started, you can get a discount. And the three, basically Rouge, VIB, and Beauty Insider have different dates to shop. If you're Rouge, you get to shop the whole event, and then VIB comes along, and then at the very end, the Beauty Insiders. So anyway, I have here a little bit of spread of what are my favorite products. I don't want to sound too repetitive because if you follow my channel or you're subscribed, you probably will be there will be a surprise in what I picked, and I've done these videos before. I'll leave them linked down below, the ones that I've already have. I did just switch to cruelty-free, I want to say around 5 months. So the ones before might mention some products that are not cruelty-free, just keep that in mind. But everything that I'm gonna be recommending today is cruelty-free. As a general rule, what I like to do with this sale, because I do get again 20% off, which is probably the most that I can get on Sephora sales, I like to buy products that are a little bit more expensive because I know I will save the most compared to buying something that's not as expensive that I can, it won't break the bank if I buy it full price, if that makes sense. Okay, so in that whole buying the most expensive things, the first thing that I recommend you get, and that I always get, one perfume during the Sephora VIB sales. So I don't really have one in particular to recommend right now, because again, I just switched to cruelty-free. So the only perfume that I own in my collection that's cruelty-free is gonna be one from Nest. So whatever you might like, Nest has a pretty good variety of perfumes, so I don't really have but one from them and I absolutely love. I'll leave it linked down below, and there's gonna be a picture right here of the one that I love and have been using since I purchased this. I got this perfume on the past Sephora VIB sale and I just love it. I did purchase a new one from a different brand called 7 Virtues. I don't really want to talk about much about what I bought because I'm going to be doing like an unboxing of my haul. But yeah, I did get a perfume. That's a super important thing that I always like to get on my on the Sephora VIB sale, because perfumes are pretty expensive to begin with. So if you can get any kind of discount, even if it's just 10%, if you're just Beauty Insider, I would definitely go for that. Skincare is another great thing to get during the sale because again, skincare is particularly expensive depending on what brands you go for, but if you can save some money, definitely do so. Sometimes skincare can be a little bit tricky because like Viasans, which I absolutely love, carries a better discount. Sometime, they'll have their own special sales, which you can get up to 30%. I'm gonna mention one skincare item because I absolutely love it, and I've never really been into the pharmacy website or seen that they have more than 20% off in their own site. So this is the Pharmacy Honey Glow Ultra Hydrating Ceramide Moisturizer. So a pretty long name. I love this moisturizer. I have normal to dry skin, so I do prefer a more thicker moisturizer. This one this one has been my favorite out of all of the ones that I've ever tried. So another product that I almost missed as skincare is gonna be the You to the People, the Superfood Antioxidant Cleanser. Picture here. I really love this. I think I bought this on the past Sephora VIB sale to get like a discount. I really like it. I like it to remove my makeup, to wash my face every day in the morning and evening. It's just been a go-to for me. And this is, you know, kind of on the pricier side, $36 for a cleanser, but I feel like my skin just looks better whenever I'm consistently using this cleanser as opposed to using a different one. So I really love it, and I feel like a lot of people really like this product, so I would definitely recommend it. Another product that I love and swear by as my skincare, it's going to be the Paula's Choice, the Skin Perfector 2% BHA. So this is going to be an exfoliant. I use it almost like 3 or 4 times a week. I really like it, and it's kind of like similar to that You to the People cleanser that I spoke about. So I do feel like my skin looks way better when I'm consistently using this exfoliant compared to when I'm not using it or when I use a different one. This is my favorite. It's super easy to use because you literally just wet a little cotton pad. I own reusable ones and they're the best. And I'll just apply it on my skin at night before my moisturizer, and I definitely makeup, which is the most exciting thing. So there's probably not going to be a surprise. I am going to be mentioning a couple of Charlotte Tilbury products. I've said this before, Charlotte Tilbury is my favorite makeup brand. It is very pricey, very, very expensive. So if you can get even that 10% or 15% off, definitely take advantage of it. I do have a couple of products in here. These are probably my top products from the brand, I think. I don't know, I would have to think about that very carefully, but these are definitely up there. So the very first one, it is actually one of my newest discoveries or newest add-ons to the, you know, for my collection. This is the Airbrush Flawless Finish Powder. I just love it, and this has been like a cult favorite for a while. Even if you have dry skin like myself, I really love this powder. It's very smooth. It is pretty airbrushy, like it'll help your under eyes look beautiful, and your makeup just, you know, sets everything very beautifully. It's very finely milled, and it doesn't give you that kind of like thick looking skin with other powders that I've had. So if you have dry skin, you probably don't even like powder, give this a chance because this is really, really good. Of course, any kind of skin type you have, but dry people usually don't particularly like powder, and this one is just beautiful. For another base product that I really, really love, it's going to be the Hollywood Contour Wand. I've got mine in the shade Medium Dark. She doesn't have a lot of shades, that's kind of disappointing, but I feel like it is a very pigmented product that even if you're way darker than my skin tone, you would still really like this. I honestly love it. It blends out very easily. My only semi-complaint is I don't particularly love the applicator, but it doesn't bother me as much to the point that I wouldn't recommend it. I love it. I think the product is absolutely beautiful. It gives you a very beautiful defined contour, but it's very easy to blend, and you can either go very light with your contour or go very strong, and you would get both out of this. And it is just such an easy product to use that if you haven't really done a lot of contour, you go with this and it's gonna be very, very Another easy product from her brand that I absolutely love, and this is probably one of my top 3 products from the brand. This is the Eyes to Mesmerize. I have mine, particularly this one in the shade Rose Gold. I do own 5 of them, and I added 1 more with this sale, or in this sale. It is what I have on my eyes today. This is just the only product that I have, and I did add a little bit of brown eyeshadow on my lash line. But yeah, this is the easiest eyeshadow, one and done. She has, I believe, like 6 or 7 different shades, maybe a little more, 8 I think, to choose from. This is perfect for your everyday. I don't have a lot of time to get ready, or I don't want to think about my makeup and I want it to look beautiful. You literally just grab your finger, slap this all over your eye, blend it a little bit even with your finger or a flat brush, and you'll be good. This is just a beautiful product. You'll get a beautiful eye look every single time. All you need to do is basically choose whatever shade you prefer, and I promise you, your makeup will be absolutely stunning. Speaking of favorites from Charlotte Tilbury, I absolutely love the lipsticks. Particularly, my favorite is going to be the Kissing Formula, which is basically the satin lipsticks. I'll post a couple of pictures here of some of my favorite ones, but to name a few, of course, we've got Pillow Talk, which is a matte lipstick. Her matte formula is really smooth. It goes very nicely on the lips. It gives you a matte lip without being drying on the lips. So I really love it. She has a ton of shades, so you will most likely find more than one that you love. The Kissing one is my favorite satin in like my full collection. Of all the lipsticks that I've tried, her satin is the best. I really love it, but I feel like you won't go wrong as long as you pick whichever, you know, formula you prefer, or either one, because honestly her formulas are so good, both of the matte one and the satin, and she has a lot of shades to go for. Then to move out of Charlotte Tilbury, I want to recommend this one, which is another newer product on my collection. This is going to be her setting spray. I really love it. It does a great job at setting your makeup and making it look even more beautiful. So whatever your makeup application is, you can also use this as a primer, like before your makeup, and then do a finishing spray, and it just gives the most flawless look. This is of course what I have on my face as my finishing one. I love it. I definitely see how this actually keeps your makeup looking perfect throughout the day. And also whenever I'm wearing a mask and I use this, the transfer is very little compared to whenever I don't use this and I just wear my mask with, you know, my full face of makeup. Another very pricey item that I just love in my collection is going to be the Hourglass face palettes. This one is from last year. I will post a picture here of the newest one, which is another product that I got on my Sephora VIB sale. This is very pricey. So this palette retails for $80. So I was literally just waiting on the Sephora VIB sale to buy the new one for this year. It is a product that a lot of people were complaining about because, of course, this is not suitable for every skin tone. This is just gonna be for lighter to light medium or medium skin tones like myself. But I'm so happy that this year Hourglass finally decided to listen to the consumers and they came out with a darker version. So for this year's palette, you can actually get the light medium, I guess, and then a deeper one. So I'm very happy that that happened. I picked personally the light to medium, or like the lighter one, even though it's not new by any means. But the Fenty bronzers, the cream bronzers, are some of my favorite. I do own two shades. I have Teddy and another one that I can't really remember. I'll post a picture here. But I think it's a great product to bronze your skin, and also, depending on the shade you select, to go ahead and contour a little bit. So I do own two of these ones, one to contour and one to bronze, and I really love it. I know it's not new, but I feel like it's one that I don't hear a lot of people talking about, but it's definitely a favorite still to this day for me. Another cream product that I absolutely love, it's going to be the Rare Beauty Melting Cream Blush. There's not a lot of shades to pick, but I feel like it's enough that you could find one that you like. There's 5 and I do own 2 of them. The neutral, the nearly neutral and the nearly rose. I love both of them, but if I had to pick, I would go for the neutral. I feel like I just wear it more than compared to the rose, but I love them regardless. I feel like they're very good cream products. I feel like a lot of brands started to come up with cream blushes and bronzers in the past year or so, and this one is one of my favorites. You can get your hands in one of the Patrick Ta blushes. I would definitely recommend it. I own 2 of them, She's So LA and then the pink one. I don't have them, but here's the pictures. I really love them. I say if you're lucky and you can get them, because I believe that they're almost out of stock in all of the shades on the site. But check out your, your local Sephora. You might be able to get them. They're beautiful blushes. It comes with a cream and a powder, and just using them separately or together as he recommends would give you a beautiful look. I really love them. Only primer that I want to talk about, I feel like I talk about the Charlotte Tilbury ones all the time, so I want to skip those, but I definitely love them and recommend, But I don't think I've talked about the illuminating primer from Rare Beauty. I love it. If you are more like my skin type, so more normal to dry, this just gives the most beautiful dewy finish to the face without making it look greasy, and just preps your face very nicely for your foundation. Depending on the foundation that I use, sometimes with a matte one, I'll just mix a couple of drops with it to make it a little bit more dewy or a little bit more satin-like, and I just love this primer. It is very glowy, that's for sure. So I feel like this would not be a good product for someone with oily skin, but if you have normal to dry, I feel like you would definitely enjoy this. Let's move on with eyeshadows. I feel like this year I got a couple more bigger palettes, which I wasn't expecting, because honestly, what the palettes that I've been loving lately, or for a while now, almost 2 years, are little quads. I love quads. But this year there was 2 big releases, or bigger palettes that were released, that I just, you know, I had to have them whenever I saw them released, and I absolutely love them. So the very first one was going to be, or is, the one by Patrick Ta. I do have a couple of videos with that palette. I'll leave them linked down below. But I just love, it's gonna be the Major Dimension eyeshadow palette. It's gonna be a very neutral, very basic palette, but I really love it. It comes with 2 cream eyeshadows, which I feel makes it different or puts it apart with other just regular bigger size palettes. I love this eyeshadow palette. I've done a 3 looks 1 palette here on my channel, and I just keep using it. I know it's a very neutral, very basic, but it's beautiful, and I feel like even if you own a lot of neutrals, this one is a special one. And then the last 2 palettes that I want to recommend as bigger sized one are gonna be from Natasha Denona. So the newer one being the Retro palette, I just fell in love with. I saw it, you know, on the Trend Mood app, and I'm like, I've gotta have it. It's my perfect kind of like pink tone shadows. I really enjoy it. I got it not so long ago it was released. I also have a couple of videos on that one. I'll leave them linked down below and on a card up here. But I really like it. I feel like the full palette, it's very consistent with the amazing formula from Natasha Denona. So I feel like you won't regret getting it if you like those kind of like more pinkish, mauvey shades. And on the other hand, a more older release from her, it's gonna be the Bronze palette. I also really like it. This is kind of like, just pick which shades you prefer. If you like the more bronzy, brownish, orangey shades, go for the bronze one. If you prefer the pink mauves, go for that one. I own both of them because both of these color palettes are my favorite palettes, like my favorite color for my eyes. So I love both of them. I could not do a recommendation video without recommending my favorite Charlotte Tilbury brand. I just love her quads. Have been my go-to for a very long time. I did get a new one on this sale, but my very favorite out of them all, if I had to pick one, would be, and recommend one, would be Exaggerize. One that I actually added to my collection pretty late, honestly, and I am so happy I did because it is beautiful. It's that perfect Charlotte Tilbury eye look. So if you think of like her models and, you know, the makeup she does, I feel like you achieve it with Exaggerize. It's just a beautiful palette, and I always talk about it, and I feel like it's a great one to add, even if it's gonna be your first Charlotte Tilbury palette, or you know, you have a big collection from her quads and you haven't tried that one. This video is already gonna be super long, but I want to finish up with a couple of lip products. So one of them that I really love, it's going to be by Rare Beauty. These are going to be her lip cream product. This is not too expensive. Like in general, Rare Beauty is pretty affordable comparing it to other Sephora brands, but I really love these ones. These go on very smooth. They're kind of like, I don't want to say liquid lipstick because they're kind of like a more just souffle matte lip. It'll dry down to a matte lipstick, but they're very comfortable. I love this one in the shade Motivate. This was probably my go-to lip for the full spring and summer. And for this Sephora sale, I did add another one that's more fall-y. That's gonna be everything for today. I know this is gonna be a long one, but I love talking about makeup. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below what's on your list and what might be some recommendations that you love that are of course cruelty free that I maybe don't know about. Leave them in the description box below. I cannot wait to get my box, open it, and try everything out. I am especially excited for the new Hourglass palette. I did get a lot of things, I think. This will probably be my biggest Sephora box ever. but I'm lying because I always go ahead and order something. Like I'll get, I don't know, like whatever amount of things that I don't think is a lot, and then during the week I'm like, oh wait a minute, I actually want these other things. So I usually just order 2 things or 2 boxes, and this time I just ordered everything at once. I think I did a pretty good job at ordering everything that I wanted in this first try, but we'll see how the rest of the week goes, because I could probably just order a couple more things depending on what I see on the website. But anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like always, please give it a big thumbs up. And before you leave, please go ahead and subscribe. It's completely free and it does help my channel a lot. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!